Hi, Merle Gilley back with you, and since you're here, you've probably just finished page 23 of my book, and you're ready for video number 2. Welcome back. Listen, if you're 45 years of age or older, you need to pay close attention to what I'm about to share with you, because you and I simply cannot afford to have stock market or investment losses after age 45. If you're younger than 45, you got more time. But why live your life hoping and praying for the best when you can simply avoid any setbacks when it comes to your retirement dollars using My Family Financial Miracle? Today, we're going to go a little deeper into a scary topic your financial advisor doesn't want you to know about and will never talk about. It's a mathematical concept called drawdown recovery. During the Great Recession, I heard story after story about hardworking people who once had a decent sum of money dwindle down to pennies in comparison to what they used to have. Some of them couldn't even retire and had to work 5 or 10 years longer than they were planning. Imagine turning 65 in the year 2000 or 2008 and planning to retire only to discover it was going to be impossible and you had to find a job and continue to work for another 10 years. Unfortunately, this isn't the exception, but rather the norm. I know there were thousands upon thousands of folks who were in the same boat. Do you realize that if you lose 20% of your account value, it takes a 25% gain to recover the loss and get back to break-even point? If you lose 30%, it takes 43%. If you lose 40%, it takes 67% to recover. And if you lose 50% of your account, it takes 100% to recover all your losses. If you lose 70%, it takes 233%. And if you lose 80%, it takes a whopping 400% to recover. Most folks don't truly understand the risk, but millions of Americans play this game every single day with their life savings. Fortune magazine reported that since 1985, only 4% of all the money managers outperformed the Standard & Poor's 500 index. Even the few that did it by a very small margin. So let me show you how important sequence of returns are. And in this example, I will use my own proprietary software to illustrate what happens when the sequence of returns change during your distribution years. In this first illustration, I'll start off with $1 million. And I will start taking out an annual distribution of $100,000 at age 66. If I use the S&P historical rates of return from 1985 to 2014, I can continue to distribute this amount for 30 years and still have a sizable inheritance for my family. Let's see what happens when I invert the years. Instead of starting with an S&P return from 1985 to 2014, I'm going to flip the historical returns and start with 2014 just by changing the order of these annual returns. Instead of having an income for 30 years with an inheritance left to my family, the account can only sustain itself until age 84 before running completely out of money. Regardless how I arrange the annual returns during this 25 years, the average rate of return will not change. But when you're taking distributions from your savings, the sequence of gains and losses are a critical factor in determining if you will have enough money to live on or not. It's scary, I know. In light of the likelihood that your fund manager probably won't beat the S&P 500 index, let me ask you this question. How many extra years are you willing to work if the market gets clobbered like it did in 2008? I say 0 because I'm the type of person who knows how hard it is to make a dollar and then keep it and have it working for us. I don't have the time or the mental capacity to see my money dwindle right before my eyes. Remember my wife and I sold our business and I wasn't about to take our life savings and risk it in the market? I can't read the future, and I choose to sleep peacefully every night with no care at all of what the market does. As for retirement plans, well, let's just say my money is safe and will never be subject to the drawdown. I wrote my book and made all these videos so you can have the same peace of mind. Keep reading the book, and I'll talk to you on video number 3 when you get there. I hope you have a great day.